Hey, what's going on, Sacramento? Welcome to SAC's Kings Talk with your host, Nico. You feel me? This is podcast number one. Just getting introduced, an introduction going for y'all. But now this is Sacramento Kings Talk, so it's pretty much, Sacramento Kings Talk. That's what we talking about. And as we talk, let's talk a little bit about what happened last year with the Sacramento Kings. Now, last year we looked at all right. We started off bad, but towards the end of the season, as you know, we made a playoff push. I think we're about 2 or 3 games of making that last spot. But what happened is, the corona hit, and God bless those who are cool and those who have maybe been affected by it. So what happened, the basketball season got canceled or postponed. And then what had happened is they brought it back in the summertime. And what they did is for those who don't know, and those who do know, they put it in the bubble in Orlando. So they had to play in this, the area where they had everything all set up. We're in the bubble. All the players had to be there. And the Kings got to be one of the teams to experience that. Some of the teams didn't make it because they were fighting for the playoffs. So, we went, fought for the playoffs, you feel me? And unfortunately, it didn't work out good for us. But hey, I don't know if for some of y'all that remember though, back a couple years ago, Vladdy has said if they don't make the playoffs after that Cousins trade, now you already know he should not have traded Cousins. I hated that trade. But for what he said is that from that trade, if we don't make the playoffs in a couple years, he said he would resign. He'll quit. So what happened? We didn't make the playoffs, you feel me? So he left. He quit on us. So, it's cool. He brought in Buddy Love. Yeah, Buddy Love is good. Won the 3-point contest last year. But when they was in that bubble, he was shooting horrible. I mean, he could not shoot. I don't know what was going on. He ended up balling out the last couple of games, but by then it was too late. So what we did is we ended up bringing in a new GM. His name is brought in Monty McNair. To be the new GM, Monty McNair. And he seems pretty cool, though. He's actually been in the Houston franchise for the last 13 years in their corporation. He wasn't the GM, but, he was working with the top people and, part of the whole thing over there in Houston. So 13 years, that's a pretty good resume. Houston has actually been one of the most consistent playoff teams, over the last 10 years plus, making a run for the playoffs. And so he's been there with them. So that's good. So we bring some stability over to the Sacramento Kings as the new GM. And he seems, he's an ex-athlete. He used to play college football. He was actually a wide receiver. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see how him and Luke Walton can gel together, and see where that goes, Now with Luke Walton, some don't like him, some do like him. I'm on the fence with him. He is an ex-Laker. Speaking of that, I think Vladdy, was like against us too because he was actually an ex-Laker. We got him from the Lakers, and then, he tipped that ball out to Robert Urey, in the playoff game. So, we were supposed to go to the championship that year, and he tipped it out to Urey, and, he hit the game-winning 3 on us, I think, in Game 6. But, and then after that, he went back to the Lakers. So figured that. But anyway, now he wants to come be our GM. Now, he did some stuff with us as GM, so that's cool. But now Luke Walton as well, he's an ex-Laker. Now, one thing with Luke Walton, is he comes from a great background family, His father was, in the league. He's a legend, played for Milwaukee Bucks, the Lakers, So, and then Luke Walton, he played with the Lakers. He played with Kobe Bryant. He won a championship with them, He coached with the Lakers. He did all right with them, so we bring him here. So, we'll see what he's doing. And one thing that Monty McNair did is one of the first thing he did is we just re-signed Fox for another 4 years. So, Fox is going to be our point guard for the next 4 to 6 years. That's great. I like Fox. Fox is a baller, so I think he signed for like $24 million or something like that. So, yeah. So now we got him as our guaranteed guard to go to, for the future, so that's a great thing right there. Also, man, we brought back Hassan Whiteside, man. I don't know if y'all remember Whiteside, but we actually drafted him second pick. And he was all right, but we had Cousins, so he was playing behind Cousins. He really didn't get a chance to develop. But I seen the potential in him. I was kind of mad when we let him go after that. He actually ended up going to Miami after that. Played with Miami, ended up doing good. He was like a 10 for 10 type guy, 10 points, 10 rebounds guaranteed every game. He became good. He got some playoff experience with Miami, so he was doing good. Then he went to Portland, played with Portland. He became one of the top defenders in the NBA right now. So he's like great D. He's blocking shit, you know what I'm saying? And he will shit on you too. He will dunk on you for real. He's a good defender though too. So I think with him and Fox, that's gonna be great. So I'm happy to see Whiteside back, and he's a little more mature playing with Miami and Portland, going to the playoffs. So he's got some good experience going with him. So that's one thing I like. So he's coming to us good on his prime. And we'll see with Whiteside what's going on with him. Another thing too is Buddy Love, 3-point contest winner last year. With the three. He said this year he's going to compete even harder to try to get that starting spot because, he was a starter. We took him off the bench because Luke felt like he was better coming off the bench scoring. Because Buddy be balling, but now sometimes Buddy will shoot you out the game. For those who know, man, he be pissing me off with that. But then when it comes with clutch, boy, he start busting. You know what I'm saying? He'll get it in. And then you'll be happy and shit. But a lot of times he'll shoot us out the game though, for real. But so he's working on some shit. We're gonna see what he do. Also Bagley, he's supposed to be healthy this year, so I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. Hopefully he can stay healthy because him and Fox and them, they gonna ball out. It's why, like I said, so we got some good shit going. We also drafted Tyrese Hellebert from Iowa State. Shooting guard, off guard, he should be pretty good. Seemed like he could shoot a little bit. I watched some highlights on him. Looked like he can shoot a little bit. Looks like he'll take you to the rack. So we'll see what happens with him. He's a rookie. Hopefully he could help us out. I didn't really get a chance to watch too much college ball, so we'll see what's going on with him. And that's our rookie that we drafted. Also, players who've left, if it's Bogey, the Russian dude, he could shoot. Boy, I liked him though. He was pretty good, but a lot of times he'd have some off games, and he was injury prone too. But I did like Bogey. He was good. Also to leave is Harry Giles. If y'all remember, Harry Giles just left. Yeah, Harry Giles. He went to Portland. So we got Whiteside, and then he went to Portland. It wasn't even no trade. I think it was just free agencies. But yeah, so he left us as well. So he was a promising upcoming player as well. We got him as a rookie. I think this was about to be his third year. So we lost him. That's kind of a little bit disappointment. He was a pretty good developing player. He looked like he was going to be good. So, so those are two pretty solid players we lost. But you know how it is with the Sacramento Kings. We always letting people go. But now we signed up Fox, though, like I said. So that right there and alone is good. So we're going to have our top player. We drafted Sacramento King Fox, so that's good. But hey, this is SAC Kings Talk, man, with your boy Nico, man. Y'all make sure this is this first one that I'm doing, laying down some of the foundations. So, y'all make sure y'all keep tuning in, subscribe to the channel and stuff. You're going to see more videos as the season goes on and stuff. Also, they just started training camp, so that's cool. The season's supposed to start in February. We'll see how everything goes. They look like they've been keeping the sports thing entertaining us going on a little bit with that, so that'll be cool. So yeah, the season starts in February. So let's go Sacramento Kings, and hopefully, we do some shit this year. We looked promising last year, like I said, almost making a playoff run. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can carry that momentum in. Now we got us some more a center that could play some D. From what the new GM says, he wants to keep that same philosophy as a running gun, getting it going and stuff like that, pushing the ball, with Fox, because, Fox is so fast. We running up and down. But yeah, like I said, this is SAC Kings Talk with your host, Nico. Y'all keep going. Let's go Sacramento Kings 916, man. We got to push together something, man,